Good morning. How's everyone out there today? Um, so I just wanted to come on and check in and do a quick video. If you've seen my videos before, you know that I have mentioned that I had been on a spiritual journey. I am a Capricorn, and the planet I am under is Saturn, and I've on my journey, I've heard so many horrible things about, the planet Saturn and karma and, just a lot of things. And during my spiritual journey, I really felt like I was being punished a lot, because I was separated from friends, family members, and different things, and just people in general. I've kind of been, isolated from a lot of people and just a lot of things that I was used to in my past. But the way I started my spiritual journey, this is my truth, was not, I didn't even know I was starting a spiritual journey. I didn't even mean to start a spiritual journey. But I started off, I was doing something that was not right. It was not right. It was dishonest. And, I didn't think I was hurting anyone's feelings. And I may have not or may have not. But, it was wrong. And, during my spiritual journey, I've had struggles, like, a lot of struggles, but I realized today, that, it's been I've heard different things. Basically, this message is mostly for my goddesses, the women, but I've heard a lot of different things from different spiritual teachers, men. And I'm not coming on here to say anything bad about a man. Men are wonderful, our kings are wonderful, but this message is basically just mostly made for the women, for goddesses and queens. So during my journey, I just I've heard so many things, like about fake hair, makeup, all different types of things, and I listened, and I'm like, dag, but this is who I am. I love hair, I love makeup, these are the things that I enjoy, and to be spiritual means that I have to give these things up, right? Then that means I'm giving up a part of myself, but what I've learned is that I didn't have to give up those things. I really have been trying to tap into more of my feminine energy. But today I basically realized, that I did do hurtful things to my sisters in the past, women in the past. We listen to music a lot and in songs you hear, like, I got your man, I did this, I'm better than you. A lot of times, even during my spiritual journey, I have learned that you have to listen more. And a lot of times when I hear people speak, they're quick to tell you, oh, guess what I did, or how wonderful I am, or I'm this and I'm that, and it's amazing to hear those things, but then we do mean things to our sisters. You hear a lot about brotherly love, and how men come together, and I've seen that a lot, and I think that is so amazing, but we as women, I don't really see that a lot, women coming together and really supporting each other. It's like I see what I've seen, and this is really a lot in even before my journey, that we compete with each other, or we have to be better than each other, or you have to be the prettiest, or you have to be the one with the biggest butt, or the biggest chest, or the sexiest, or whatever. you know, or you have to be loud, or you have to be mean, or you just, you know, like I see that a lot, and it's really celebrated, you know, especially in, you know, arts, music, movies, things like that. But on my journey, you know, I've gotten online, and you know, I've seen a lot of different things. But I remember the thing that touched me the most when I was really at a low point, is there was a woman who she came online, and she was basically she was explaining about her trials, you know, she had with, you know, her mom, and you know, and things like that. But it was her realness, you know. She didn't come on there made up. She didn't come on there you know, just trying to promote her brand, or just trying to promote, you know, sexiness, or, you know, a smartness, or I've got it all together. She got on there, and you could tell that she was, in her speech, in her voice, that she was hurt, you know. And I never really forgot that, you know. I have to look and see her again, who she was. I did save her video, but it touched me, and it helped me so much, because it was something that I was going through, you know. And I just really have been learning that, you know, like, you know, I know that I've made mistakes, you know, and I had to make amends with my mistakes in the past, you know, and really tap into, you know, that I've hurt people too, you know, hurt people, you know. But I just wanted to come on here and take time to you know, just to say that we are beautiful. I actually been laughing, because I hope if my aunts don't see this, they don't get offended. But you know, you see older people get online, and I mean, like they're learning to text and things like that, and you know, they get excited about it, right? But my grandmother had she had 5 sons and 5 daughters, and I see my aunts online, and you know, most of their brothers have passed away except for my father. But they are on there, they're chatting, you know, they're texting each other, they send out good morning texts, and it's the sisters, you know. They haven't had easy lives and things like that, you know. And it's beautiful, you know. They talk about yoga, they talk about, you know, things that happened in their childhood and things like that, you know. And it's amazing to see that type of stuff, you know. It's really amazing to see that, you know. And you know, it just shows me that, you know, I feel like we've lost that along the way, you know. Especially from my generation, you know, we've kind of lost that whole sisterly thing, that love, you know, that women together thing. It's more so, you know, who's got what bag, who's got what car, who's got this. You know, we have to change our faces, we have to do Botox, we got to do plastic surgery, you know. And not really like really loving each other, or stopping to say, so sister, how was your day? Or, you know, and this doesn't have to be your sister. This can be just another woman on the street. Or, wow, you look amazing, I love how you look in that outfit, you know. You know, just things like that. Just not always about me, you know. Me, I look like this, my hair looks like this, my makeup looks like this, you know. I got this car, you know, I'm better than you. Like, you know, like that is just so superficial. And you know, I know that I've been learning that I love being that I was born under the sign of Capricorn. I love, you know, that Saturn is the planet that I was, you know, my ruling planet, basically. I love that, you know, because I have had to deal with a lot of karma that I have put out there in the world, you know. And like, it could have broke me down, but I still am standing. And you know, this is not the end of my journey, but I think this is for me the end of the chapter of my journey, of sitting there and just like, you know, feeling like I was being punished. I really was being taught lessons to love my sisters, to love people, to come out of just me. What, you know, me. And just embracing, you know, the beauty and just my authenticity. And it's been a difficult journey. You know, I hear a lot of people say how wonderful their journeys were, and that's amazing for them. Mine wasn't. It was, you know, it was a lot, and it was basically, you know, things, you know, dealing with my own ego death, you know. It was hard. It was very hard for me, you know. But today I just wanted to come on here and to say that I love my goddesses and I love my women. You know, I of course we love our men, we support our men, but you know, I just wanted to say you are so beautiful. And you know, I'm never gonna give up my makeup and my hair and stuff like that, and I'm still always gonna be me. But you know, I wanted to let you know I'm wearing my MAC Heron lip gloss for you guys, you ladies or whatever, just to let you know that you are heroes, you are herons, you are amazing, you are beautiful. And you know, I just really love you. And you know, I just you know, I see you out there and you just are glowing. You know, I see so many beautiful, smart women online glowing. You know, I see strong women in my family, you know, that work in the spiritual world, that, you know, are psychics, that do yoga, you know, that are just beautiful, all different types of complexions, you know, that do bead work, you know, that do hair, that do makeup, that do work with herbs, and, you know, that I just, you know, it's amazing, you know. And so I just want to say that, you know, it's our time, ladies, you know, our queens, goddesses, it's really our time. But it's our time also to support and love each other, you know. And you know, just like really, you know, make amends with a lot of the things that we have done to cause harm to others or hurt other people, you know. You know, and not to look at things like, you know, I'm horrible because I made these mistakes, you know, I did these people wrong, or I did this, or I did certain things that I shouldn't have done, or you know, I put my hand in the cookie jar and I shouldn't have put my hand in the damn cookie jar, you know, or I'm this size, or I'm that size, or I don't have a this or that, you know. But just to really sit and just really love ourselves, you know, and love each other, you know, and start support, like just promoting more sisterly love, you know. So I just wanted to come on here to say that, and say that I really love you guys, and I hope that you have a beautiful day. All right, bye.